Hello everyone, welcome to the Modex 3D tips and tutorial videos. I'm John Lin from Modex 3D EMEA team. Today's topic is how to use our new interface studio to create the eDesign mode and run the simulation. Okay, first of all, what is Modex 3D Studio? In the past, we have used Modex 3D Designer to create a mesh, and we need to use Modex 3D Project to run the simulation and check the result. But with Modex 3D Studio, we can just do both of the things in one interface. Okay, let's see how to use it. Okay, first we need to open a folder for it. Just click New, and we can give the name and also the path for these folders. And the idea in the studio is quite simple. We need to go from the left to the right, and the simulation could be complete. So we move to the next icon. We need to decide what kind of module we're going to run today. But in current version, we only support injection molding, but in the future, we will support more like compression, injection compression, or the others. So we move to the next icon, keep it as injection molding. Next icon is import geometry. So we import it, and we can select our cavity. It could be IGS, step, or Parasites, CATIA file, fine. We support them. Okay, now we can see the geometries import already. But if you see the part like this one, it's gray colors, which means it doesn't have right attribute yet. So we need to double click and give the right attribute for it. Okay, now we have a part already, so we can move to the next one. It's run the system. Click this one, we are able to choose the gate and add it on the part. And I will use pin gate for this demo. Okay, simply click and we are able to add the gate on the surface of the cavity. And in this page, we can modify the size of the gate. But I will keep it default this time. Okay, and we can keep add another gate if we want, but this is a one gate design, so I will just leave this page. And move to next icon is the runner assistant. Click this one. The program will create a runner assistant for us. And in this page, we can change the parting directions, size of the runner assistant, and also the length for it. Okay, now we have runner assistant already, so we can move to the next one. Is the cooling systems. First, we need to create a mold base, so click this one. The program will create a mold base for us. And in here, we are able to modify the size for the mold base, and of course, the height for the cavity side and core side. Okay. And now we have a mold base, so we can move to the next icon, create a cooling channel. And we can decide what is the direction for the cooling channel. And we are able to decide the diameter for the cooling channels, numbers, and also the distance between cooling channel. Okay, and in next page, we are able to set if we're going to use hose to connect them or use channels to connect them. Okay. Now we have a cooling channel already, then we need to add the inlet and outlet for the cooling channels. Just click this one, the program will add it for us. Okay. Then we can check if there's a intersection issues between the cooling channel, runner, and cavity, which we don't have it here. You can see the comments say checking cooling system okay. So the model is complete. We have a always cooling channel, part, and runner system. We are able to move to the next step, create the mesh. And in here, we are able to switch between the BLM mode or eDesign mode. And in this topic, we will show how to use eDesign. So I will select eDesign mode and click Generate. And we are able to select what kind of mesh label we're going to use. And I will use label 2 for this demo. It's quickly. But in the real case, I recommend to use more than label 3 at least. Okay, the mesh generation process is finished. We can see generate solid mesh done. And if we switch the display mode from the feature light to feature light plus the mesh line, then we can see the mesh is finished already. Okay, then we can just do the final check. If there's no mesh problems, the model will be exported. And if there's any mesh issues, it will pop up the error message or warning message. Okay, the mesh is ready, so we can continue to the next step. Now we have a mesh already, so we need to specify what is the material we're going to use for this one. So we can click this and set the material for the cavity. And of course, we can select the material from the user bank directly here, or we can click the material wizard to open the Model 3D material bank. Okay, we can just simply choose one of them and right click and add the material to the project. Okay, and leave the material wizard. Now we can see we have material for the part already, so we can move to the next icon process. And the program will always create a default one for the simulation, but it would be better if we click the process wizard and check what is the default setting. And if we are not satisfied with the default setting, of course, we can modify it, and we can change the feeding time, feeding profile, injection pressure profile, BP switch point, packing time, packing profile, and material temperature, mold temperature, and the cooling condition, such as cooling time, mold open time, and also the coolant type. It could be water, oil, or the others. And we also can decide what is the flow rate for the coolant and the temperature for the coolant. And also we are able to set what is the material for the mold base. Okay. And now we go to the summary. If every setting is correct, we can save it and leave the process wizard. Now we have a process already, so we need to decide what is the simulation we're going to run. It could be feeding only, or flow and pack, or the full analysis. I will choose the full analysis for this demo. And then we can go to the next icon is computer and parameter settings. If we want, of course, we can decide how many output we need in the feeding stage, in the packing stage, and also in the cooling stage. Okay. Okay, now we have 5 output in cooling and 5 output in feeding and 5 output in packing. Okay, then we go to the next icon, run. Just click run, and the simulation will be uploaded to the local host, and you can see the simulation appear here, and you can check which one is finished, which one still waiting for the license or waiting to finish. Okay, after the simulation is done, the result will be automatically downloaded back to the folder. and we can check the result after that. Okay, that will be all for today's topic. In this video, we know how to use Studio to create the model, mesh, and run the simulations. If you have further questions, please feel free to send email to support.u@modexcd.com. We're happy to answer it. Hope to see you next time. Bye.